Hey, welcome to another weekly update. It's March 22nd, Monday, and I'm here in the beautiful Rancho Cordova store filming the update. So with that, let's dive right into it. First thing I wanted to touch base on was, I had a salesperson ask me the other day, Jim, how come you're doing all the website thing, and we never did it before, and we're kind of like going into areas that we didn't really discuss before, and this whole topic of value and all that kind of stuff. And I guess as a little caught off guard, I didn't know exactly what to say, but maybe I should have said this in the beginning, and that is that we're trying to improve. I have a dream of where the company needs to go. Okay, we've set a goal, and we're working through the steps to achieve that goal. We're going to actually execute so we can be better at what we do. In today's world, you can't rest on our past laurels or our past victories. Some people have tunnel vision. They can only see things the way it is, or they only want to do things the way it was. You can't be that way in today's world. Things are changing. The customer has changed. If you don't think that the customer is different today than it was 5, 6, 10 years ago, just look at the competitors. Okay? In the last couple years, you've had who? Empire Carpets became a major factor. R.C. Willey became a major factor. Lowe's, Home Depot keep improving. Boy, 10 years ago, those names weren't even in existence. And today, they're some of our biggest competitors. So, as they've upped their game and they've improved, we need to do the same thing. Okay? And that's why we're always striving to improve. A dear friend of mine told me once that practice leads to confidence, and confidence leads to championships. So, hopefully I got that quote right. So, anyways, first thing I want to touch base on is value and what that means. Okay? And all value is, or what meaning of value is something, what it's worth. The perception of what it's worth, or how useful it is, or what it cost. Okay? And I grabbed a baseball, since it's baseball season coming up, and I was looking at this ball the other day, and I said, man, a baseball is perfect. It fits in your hand nice. Just every time you grab it, if you're a guy and you played Little League, it brings back fond memories. But you can buy a hard ball, actual Rawlings, Major League Baseball, for $10 or $11 in any sporting goods store. Okay? So that's the value of the baseball. But if I were to enhance it and tell a little bit of story about it, that this baseball actually came from a Major League game where it was a foul ball hit by Barry Bonds, and that I actually pushed the guy in front of me out of the way. He kind of went down, unfortunately, and I grabbed the ball. Boy, that would make the ball worth a lot more than $10 or $11. Okay? Imagine if I told you a story and said, this ball was actually the first home run that my kid hit in Little League. My wife would be teary-eyed and she'd say, boy, that ball is priceless to me. What if I said this ball was actually autographed by Joe DiMaggio? If you went to sell this $10 or $11 baseball with that story, all of a sudden the ball becomes worth $400 or $500. What if I was so lucky that this ball was actually one of the home runs that Mark McGwire hit on his chase to 70 home runs? Now this ball is worth thousands of dollars. And if by some miracle it's the 60th home run that Babe Ruth hit and he autographed it, this ball is worth millions of dollars. So same baseball, still $10, but the story that goes along with it can make the ball worth from $10 to, in my wife's case, because it was my son's Little League home run, to priceless. So, and that's what we're all about as salespeople. We're trying to sell the story, we're adding the value to the product. To pick up a carpet sample and say, yeah, it's nice, and that's it, you've added no value. But to romance the product and brush it and tell a story about it, how it's going to perform, how it's going to wear, how stain resistant it's going to be, how it's going to make the home beautiful, how they're going to be in love with it, how soft it's going to feel over the nice pad, adds value. And that's what it's all about. Okay, kind of romancing the product and making the value. So with that, those are kind of like the, I guess, like I say, I should have done this in the very beginning before we started this process a number of months ago, but that's kind of where my mind is at, that we need to always improve because our competitors have, and selling value is something that we haven't been really good at, but we're getting there. We are improving. I can see it in the sales floors, hearing people talk to different customers, things like that. You are romancing more of the products, and you are getting more value into the product. You're definitely much better at selling the value of S&G, what we offer as a store, and why the customer should buy from us. And as we said in our last video, for the consumer and for S&G, it's more important who they buy from versus what they buy. Okay, so with that, moving on. I wanted to acknowledge Bill Sprigassi in the Pleasanton store. Kelly was telling me that Bill has been chasing this order for 6 or 7 months. Kept calling, leaving messages, and had no response for the last 5.5 or 6 months. Customer actually came in and placed the order out of the blue. Customer asked for Kelly, the store manager, and said, "Kelly, I just got to compliment Bill." I felt like when I finally came around to doing the project, I had to give him the order because he was just so diligent in his follow-up phone calls. He never made me feel pressured or that I had to call him back, but he was always there offering help, making other suggestions, letting me know what the stock availability was, how fast they could do the job, if there was a new promotion, whatever it was. Bill was finding a reason to call, and the power of persistence is what got us that order. So something to be learned there for all of us. Okay, never give up on those orders. Sometimes people have things going on in their life, but they're going to be buying floor covering. Okay, we are a destination store. If they do come in here, you know they're going to be buying flooring from us, from somewhere, but they're going to be buying. So never give up on an order. Keep chasing. Keep making those phone calls. Okay. Something else I want to touch base on this week is the email. The email is a great tool, but that's all it is a tool. It's a great way to expedite, to get the bids into customers' hands, but the email should never be mistaken for the personal touch. The email is there never to replace a phone call. Okay? We want to send the bid to the consumer, but we never want to do the communications back and forth via email. Okay? The email is the easiest thing for people to say no on. You email the bid, they respond back, you're too expensive, send, boom, you're done. Okay? With the human contact, making the phone call, asking the questions, qualifying, seeing where we stand, okay, you're building that human rapport and that relationship, and that's what gets the business. Okay? So I want to stress that again. The email is just a small tool, but never should be used as a follow-up or procedures like that versus the phone. Okay, we're still very old school in that. I believe in that. I know some people prefer communicating via email, and that's okay to do partially, but you still need to have that human interaction, that human contact with them. Get them on the phone and talk to them. Okay, you can't beat that. Can't replace that. Okay. Next thing, we'll be picking new hard surface products at the end of this week, so I'm expecting a few changes, maybe in laminate land, maybe 1 or 2 new hardwoods, taking out some of the more expensive products. So those normally take a few months to come in with the racks and stuff, but it'll be exciting to see what's new and out there and see what we end up with. Okay. And then lastly, I just have to say, please, S&G team, there's a few people that have a tough go in the S&G family over the last couple weeks. Angela in Santa Clara, her sister had a stroke or a brain aneurysm, and I understand she's getting better, but Angela, our thoughts and prayers with you and your sister for a speedy recovery. I know John Gorzak's brother-in-law passed away just the other day, and Johnny, all the best to you. I know you're flying back east. And Nick Moores, our British friend who was back east with his dad, he passed away just the other day. So with that, guys, you know, when you say a prayer, just include those guys in your prayers, if you will. Okay. And then last thing is my good friend Greg Flint, as you know, has decided to leave the company. Greg, we wish you all the best. You're a wonderful person to work with. You're one of my best friends. Okay, no one put the effort or the time, the dedication into any job that I've ever seen like you did, buddy. So I wish you all the best. Nothing but props and love for you. Take care, and we'll be in touch with you. With that being said, hey, this is the end of the video, so take care. Let's make this third week in March a winner. Keep working hard, and everything will turn out just great. Take care. Thanks for watching.